mansion, staring at the ceiling with thoughts on how to expand it. Game ain't sharing.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Show homie Raw Gutter, young man from the projects with a vision of better than circumstances, building from the ground up, putting 10 on everything, putting that fly shit on and jumping in front of cameras. Live, make sure you pull me up. Hey, listen. Today, on this episode of Bartawk, ain't one of them, it's two of them, man. What we doing here, man? Fucking Northside representatives, man. I'm talking about official when it comes to the athlete fucking skills. Official when it comes to writing movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? My boys is writing movies. My boys is doing big things, and they give it up with the bars and all of that, man. And if you got a pair of fucking sneakers that you need to get done, you holler at Mr. Captain Save a Shoe. Listen, we got Buck and Wack Stafford brothers on this episode of Bartawk, man. What are we doing here, Lock?
Let's go, man. We in the building. Let's do it. It's been a long time coming.
Been a minute. Been a minute.
Long time coming from the ground up, man. Salute. We appreciate y'all coming up.
Yes, absolutely.
Y'all know the shit, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Y'all know
Happy to be here, man. Glad to be here.
It's a good feeling. It's been a while.
So how y'all feeling, man?
Good.
You know.
Word.
Good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, we gonna build this. We gonna build this from the ground up, man. Like, we knew each other since kids, but we need to give the people the full story. You know what I mean? On Wack and Buck, like, you know what I mean? Where y'all grew up at though? Like, born and raised from where? Like, talk to us, man.
North Newark, man.
North side.
North side, man. Broadway and Grafton.
Okay, Broadway and
Word
Grafton.
up, North
Broadway
Newark.
and Grafton.
Yeah.
What was y'all experiences like? First of all, how was it being twins? Like, growing up as twins, bro? Like, what was that feel like? You know what I mean? Because that was rare. Like, y'all was popular. Y'all popular from the North.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't never grew up with twins. So how was that effect on y'all, like, growing up as twins?
We grew up with twins.
Yeah, you got Andy and Alex.
Don't forget Andy and
You got
Alex.
Andy and Alex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. Andy and Alex. The bros. Pardon me.
You got Tyrone and Jerome from Building 10.
Pardon me.
We had twins.
Pardon me.
They just the twins from up the hill.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Pardon me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so how was it though, man?
Being a twin, it wasn't something that you chose to be. It's just you a twin.
Right.
You feel me? So I couldn't really look at it no different than anything else. It's just that we would get in trouble a lot together because it's like things that I would do, he would get an ass whooping, or he would do it, I would get an ass whooping. So there's times you got a lot of ass whoopings and blames for things that you ain't do. You feel me? So that happened a lot when we was kids. And like before, even when we talking about schooling, we was first in Mount Vernon.
Okay.
So we was up the hill, up in Mount Vernon. Into our
Velsburg section.
Yeah.
Velsburg section.
Okay.
Shout out everybody in the Huda and all
Shout out
that.
everybody up there in the Huda and Velsburg area. But yeah, we was up there, and I think it was the third grade, something like that, third or fourth grade. No, third grade.
We got kicked out of Mount Vernon in the fourth grade. We came to Broadway in the fourth grade.
Yeah, and it was my fault.
We got kicked out.
Yeah, we got kicked out because actually
we ain't get kicked out.
It wasn't like
I thought y'all was born and raised up there in the building.
It wasn't like behavior.
No, we was living in the building.
Oh, but y'all was going to school up there. Okay.
And we was using the address up there. So I was running around playing, and I ran into the stop sign. Like they had like a school. Like if you ever rode past Mount Vernon, they got that big sign that say Mount Vernon. So I'm running. Bang! Did one of those. So right, and that's how I got one of the stitches right here on my eye. So right, so my gushing down, ball. So you know, the staff and everybody running out there, they like, oh God, this kid is bleeding everywhere. And it took me and they asked me my address. I'm like, yeah, I live on Broadway, 766.
He gave the real address.
So I gave the real address.
He's supposed to
the address that we got on file. So they end up like calling my mother and stuff, got her up there, and then they like, these kids ain't even supposed to be here. You feel me? Like,
you remember that it was the
so that was all in teaching your kids your address where you live in case something happens.
Yeah.
You know your address, but you don't know the parent mode. Whereas though I'm using a different address to get my kids up here in the school up here.
Yeah. Oh, we knew the address we were supposed to use.
He just didn't
use it.
I guess after that sign to the
like,
fucking head.
Shit hit you like, boom, oh, shit, get my mother here now.
Like,
now, motherfucker, like,
he went to mommy mode. Like,
yeah, like, mommy, you know, like, so it was one of the things, but they ended up figuring it out, like, nah, they can't be here.
They made
so
it
now,
Broadway from that point.
From that point on, like the following week, it was like, y'all out of here. We in Broadway. And it kind of worked out better because we wanted to go to Broadway.
Right.
Even when we was in Mount Vernon, like, yo, we want to go to Broadway.
Right.
You feel me? So now it came to fruition, like, yo, y'all in Broadway. So now we there, you know, who's there? My cousin, he like, yo, geez, that goes in here.
Yeah.
You feel me? So now
So,
he meeting everybody and stuff like that, and it started from there. And we was in the fourth grade, and it just went from there. We was already in North Newark, though. We was already living on Broadway and stuff like that. We just going to a different school.
I was, because, we, born and raised in the projects. So how was that coming up from, like, around the corner? Like, you go across town, and when you yell out Grafton, people like, oh, it's crazy down there. So, being that you was right up the hill from it, and, you going to school with people in Grafton.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, when we got to Broadway, mostly everybody we already knew. We knew the Old Springers, you know what I mean? We knew the Hucks. I mean, we already knew them.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got to Broadway, though, it was just love, to be honest.
So it was just like you grew up down there, up the hill, same thing.
Well,
because you passing them when we going up to the chicken
It's
shop.
definitely the same thing, but it's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? People that live in Grafton gonna say they're from Grafton.
Right.
Up the hill gonna say y'all from up the hill. Matter of fact, people from Grafton gonna say, oh, they from up the hill in the white buildings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, so
buildings.
It's a difference, but when you're from the north, you just rep all that. So if you outside of bounds, somewhere, and somebody say where you from, you say Grafton, or you say I'm from Broadway and Grafton. Like, you know what I mean? It's all the same thing, though.
Or you might just say I'm from North Newark.
Word.
Because you got to think that's an era when it was blocks, Aves, and wards. Like from North Ward, South Ward, East Ward. We from East Side, North Side. Where you from? It was that type of thing. And it's also in the era where wherever you went, because social media wasn't prevalent or nothing at that time. So it's like you had to be somebody to be outside. Like, and this is just being honest. Like, you couldn't just say I'm going over here to feel me Baxter Terrace and you don't know nobody, or you're going down to Grafton and you don't know nobody, you're gonna get skinned. Like, or you're going over there to them buildings up the hill, white buildings, 766, 780, you're gonna get tightened up. Somebody gonna tighten your belt immediately.
For sure.
This one, you wasn't even going to see a chick unless you knew somebody in that area. Like, well, you're gonna take that chance, you might get lumped up on the way out.
For sure.
You go to any other area, it's 20, 30, 40 people out there immediately, any given day. For sure. Now it's a little different, but at that time it was like that.
So how was it growing up, like, far as the household go? Like, if y'all could elaborate on that, like, because growing up with Sal, like, with an older brother like Sal, like, what I'm saying? Salute to the big bro. You feel me? Definitely. Hella talent, you know what I mean? So y'all came, like, coming up under a big brother like Sal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how was that? Like, you know what I mean? Because we always had respect for bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, coming up. You know what I mean? So as a two younger brothers, how was that, like, growing up?
It was dope. Like, it was super dope. Like, seriously, because you got to think the era. You know what I'm saying? Even still, that's still big bro. Yo, salute to big bro, man.
Absolutely.
And big bro Hawk, man.
And big bro Hawk. But in the household, though, to answer your question, it was me, Buck, Sal, my mom's, you know what I'm saying? And, however it went. Like, different uncles and cousins will be through there. You know how I feel everybody pops, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or whatever the case may be. But definitely growing up under Big Bro, man, he was a dope example. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely one of the people in my eyes that made me stand for something. Like,
absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the people that I'm taking my book bag off after school. Like, niggas ain't gonna hear my big brother. I ain't fight back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That type of story. Like, and he was always dropping jewels on us, like, along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you still do it to this day.
And still to this day. Like certain stuff we do, like, we think it's dope. He be like, nah. Like, we'll do it like that. And be like, yo, we understand, like, you know what I mean? But definitely, he was dope big brother. Like,
and then I have, like, Hawk.
And we got Hawk too, brother. My oldest brother.
We always say biggest bro. But we have him on the top of everything that was always, like, on top. So we would say Hawk on top, for those who do know him. And so we having those two big brothers, you feel me? Like, coming up under, you learning so much, you feel me? Being schooled to so much, like, in a time where everything's moving like this.
Dope.
Back in the 80s, the 90s, everything, you think crack era is happening. People getting a lot of money and they able to kind of calm us down and show us different ways, like, and different things, even though we still made some of them choices.
Right.
But we missed a lot of choices.
So let me give you a quick story real quick.
All right,
Speaking of Big Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like when all this was going down, I ain't really put it in perspective, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm a little older and understand a little bit more. However, one time Big Bro took us school shopping.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Me and Buck was in Broadway at the time.
It was in Broadway.
Like 5th grade maybe. And he took us school shopping, like, yo, come on, take our school shopping and shit. So we went to we went downtown for a minute, but then we went to Newport Mall, you know what I'm saying? Those were, you know, back in the day.
Jersey City.
Yep.
So we went to Newport Mall and shit, whatever. And he brought us hella shit, hella Levi's. Like, yo, hella Levi's. You know, back in the day, Levi's, you know what I'm saying? Levi's still got some value.
Yeah,
but we're talking back in the day.
I'm
talking about word of Now, mind you, so he brought us hella Levi's, right? I remember he brought us hella Pepe jeans. I don't know if y'all remember Pepe's.
Yeah, remember that.
Pepe's was that deal, like, you know what I'm
they
saying?
had the first neon
You know
strip
what I'm saying?
going down them.
Yeah.
No, not the. So he had all of those, right? Brought us mad shit. So we went out to eat and all of that shit. We come home, right? We come home and we go celebrate. Now, mind you, this ain't my mom's giving my older brother some money saying, yo, take your brothers.
Mm-hmm.
This is my brother saying, look, I'm taking y'all little nigga school shopping.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's when you got that type of example, it's like, damn, what the fuck, you ain't got nothing to do but stand tall. You know what I mean? Anyway, we come home with the school clothes. We put the shits up in the house. You know what I'm saying? We put them up in the house. So my mom's like, yo, we're going to go celebrate. Let's go eat, whatever. She take us out to eat. You know, of course, we thinking, Big Bro, we happy as hell. We got fucking Pepe's. You know, we go to school. We lit. You know, going back to school back then was the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the uniform thing they got now. However, we go eat. We come back.
Oh shit! Come on, bring it out. Come on, talk about it. Talk about it.
We get home, and niggas done robbed us for all our school clothes. Yo.
All our shit.
Yeah.
So they ran in the house?
All our school clothes, ran the house, took everything. The only thing that wasn't took is what we didn't put in bags. I mean, everything that was in the bags was took. Everything the stuff that we hung up. They hung up a few shirts or, you know what I'm saying? Took all that shit.
That means niggas see y'all walking in the building with them.
I mean, you know, back, you know, stuff happens. But the thing is this, when I put it in perspective, like my big bro, Sal, 5 years older than me. So we was 10. I mean, he was 14, 15. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm older, I'm like, dang, 14, 15? He took us to Newport.
Yeah.
So let me take my
You know
little brother shopping.
That's dope, man.
dope.
And for him to be 15, that's he
Thinking
was
about that.
You know what I'm
moving.
saying? We had army coats, we had tall cans.
Y'all definitely
You know
was
what I'm
putting
saying?
that fly shit on though back then.
you know what I'm
I clearly
saying?
remember. It's just what we just ain't
Like
had a
Big
camera.
Bro.
You feel me?
That's a true story though. Word up.
Wow, that's crazy.
And the crazy part about it is after that, and this is true, yo, because I'm remember my man Edie, I'm fucking Edie ass.
Salutes to Edie,
Salute
man.
to Edie. But my mom's ain't have it because let's say if school started that Thursday, or let's say Monday, make it an even week. Monday, this happened Sunday, like Saturday, Sunday. So my mom's had to rush and get us jeans, and she couldn't fill all them Levi's up like that, you know, at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So she got us some Lees here and there, shit.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing up Edie because I remember Edie was hiking on my shit one time. It's like, yo, nigga, with a Viad on them shits. We'll fuck you up, Edie. Yo. True story with the school. And we're just, you know, fucking around, and I fuck with Edie. Shout out to Edie.
Yeah, salutes to
But
Edie, man.
I just remembered it from that. Like, damn, man, we gotta get some more Levi's.
Yeah.
Can't fuck with the Lees.
But yeah, that happened.
Hey, check it.
True
Flip
story,
City.
though.
Flip City.
Word.
Flip City. Let's talk about
Niggas
Flip
said
City.
Flip City.
Like,
Yes.
what's up, man? Let's talk about Flip City. What made y'all join Flip City, though?
Well, actually, the way we joined it, Who's my cousin Smurf. Y'all might, you know, people know him as Who's now, but his name was Smurf then. He was already flipping. And we was flipping outside on the mattresses.
Yeah, back then we all had a mats.
You know, the dirty mats. Everybody, you'll walk around. We would carry mats from 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever blocks.
Yeah,
we
for
could be
real.
just walking around and be like,
Bringing it back to our mats. Word up.
Where y'all mats was at? Where y'all mats was at?
Right on the side of the building.
Behind the building. Y'all had them behind the building. That little
we had them behind the building.
Across the stop one?
Yeah, we had
Right across stuff.
we had them behind the building too. We had a time when it was set up behind the building.
Like soon as you about like coming out of shop door, you go up, the parking lot right there, and you make that cut in that building. It was right there.
That was the first set. But then after that, we put them in the other lot.
We ain't had no mat. We came and jumped on y'all shit.
We did bring them shits from far, like.
And we would work on shit like and be working on paths and shit, doing paths like bing, 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 like working on it, right? Flip, City, stuff like that. So then it got to the point where it was like, yo, won't y'all come to Flip City? And I'm like, all right. Talked to mom. She was like, I'm gonna sign y'all up because she was like, y'all bad as hell anyway. Right. You feel me? Like, get y'all out the house. Let y'all do something else. Coming in here smelling like outside, doing everything. Go ahead in there.
Outside.
You feel
me?
me? Like,
definitely used to say that.
So we went there and ended up really taking a liking to it. And then you had real national people there, like Rayshawn. You had Aaron. And
Super Ted.
This was an era when you had to be nice, because remember, it used to be on the top of the hill. Niggas used to have flip competitions
in the
on
street.
Cement.
I was about to say.
Seed was another one.
I was about to say, Ramadan.
Okay, so speaking about Flip City, because I know what happened to me. I seen it happen to him when he was up in the air. How many times y'all went down that motherfucker, went up in the air, forgot y'all pass, it came straight down on your head because you ain't know where the fuck you was at?
That ain't happened to me there.
I ain't messing my pass up, but I definitely fell on my head before.
I
definitely fell on my head before, though. I definitely fell on my head before.
The Flip City meets, all that stuff, the traveling to going to the games, flipping on the halftime
show, the Nets.
All of that, and then the way it was geared is...
That was amazing.
Before you can really flip on them, you got to be set up to be able to carry the mats out there and break them down and let the people that's good go first till you get trained and developed enough to be out there. You feel me? So you running out there setting it up for Rayshawn and all them to go tear it up, and then you breaking it back down. You feel me? And then you eventually get good enough to go out there. So that whole training, everything about it was really dope.
And the boys club was life, man.
Yes.
Boys club was everything.
Boys club was
take that walk to the
I'm
boys
grown
club,
now,
man.
so I'm grown. I'm gonna speak on some things.
And all of that.
I respect the opportunity flipping halftime at the Nets. I don't respect not getting paid for it. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. Because when Rayshawn took that shit over and he was paying his people. We was doing that shit. We wasn't getting paid. And I don't want to hear, how much you paid to get, how much you paid for. I don't give a fuck. I felt like a nigga was profiting off of the hood. Because you got the talent from the hood, put them out there, you got a check.
That shit was still amazing.
You didn't bust that shit down.
That experience, man.
Just the experience.
Shout out to
Fuck
Mr.
that.
Green.
Fuck that. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Green. But still, I feel some type of way because I'm a money motherfucker. I like the experience, but when I find out that a motherfucker getting paid for it, it changed that shit. Fuck the experience. Nigga.
But look,
that's just how I felt.
I never made it to the level of where you got the flip.
Yeah, I was a carrying person.
I flipped.
I'm talking about at the actual game.
Yeah, I flipped.
Made it to that level.
My mother, my sister came and brought tickets to the fucking game to watch me flip halftime.
What was the levels? I was a sparrow, I think.
I forget the names of them.
Because we just word up. They had a post. Shadi and it was just going through it about that. It was based around karate belts.
Maybe that's why I ain't get paid because I wasn't shit. I don't think I was a sparrow, bird, none of that.
I was a sparrow, and that level, you only could bring the mats out in the game. You couldn't flip. In practice, you could, but when you get nice, when you can do the different passes, then you could actually perform. And I never got to perform.
See, when I was there, I don't know about no sparrow. I saw it, but you know what I mean, I was a quitter. I go in that bitch for about 3-4 months and I quit. That's probably why they probably did get paid. I ain't get shit.
Collect unemployment, my nigga.
Word up. I was going there because I wanted to flip. I wanted to jump on the tramp and shit.
Let's look at the social aspect of it. Look how many different people you met that you know to this day throughout Flip City. Yeah. Like I met my man Ruben there.
Yeah,
Ruben from BT. I met Ruben in Flip City when he was flipping. You feel me? And Danny was one of the instructors at the time. You feel me? Lava already knew Lava. He was in there getting busy already. And everybody from down the hill already knew them. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. We was already in that north area. Right. But some people I met there. You feel me? Of course, the Frankies, you knew them.
Yeah.
And I forget what's the other kid named Roger.
Roger.
He was like one of the instructors.
Tina, Denise.
Right.
See, when we was going, they wasn't instructors.
So,
they was flipping just like we was flipping. You had Tina, Denise, and you had Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mr. Green, shit like that. You know what I mean?
But the social aspect was super dope, like because you created friendships then,
right?
Before you was even adults and stuff like that. So most of these people you know from a childhood. So it's a different relationship when you see them as an adult.
Right.
Like, yo, what up, bro? What up? Like, you feel me? That vibe is totally like it's a different respect level for each other and everything.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
so they taught you discipline. That's what it was. Because you got out of line, you was doing some sit-ups and everything else. So
and sports did that.
They taught you discipline.
Sports did that as well.
So from Flip City, it converted over to football.
Actually, it was basketball.
Oh, basketball?
Hell yeah, I was nice, nigga.
I never. Hey, yo, nah, come on.
I thought it was the Scorpion. They played the football.
I thought it went straight to football.
Man, when I was on that motherfucking court, I was nice as shit.
I was like, oh shit, like,
nah. But Buck did that one move. I had this one move. That one move was unstoppable. Like when I mean, it was unstoppable to the point, right? Because like, all right, point blank is niggas that was really nice, like the ACs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about as far as the Elliott wise.
Yeah.
Everybody that was really nice, like AC jumping out the roof. You got Congo coming up that bitch.
Yeah,
he jumping out the roof. This when they had the Elliott tournaments.
Yeah, some of them.
So I used to be on the cut when that time happened, but I had this move. My move was like, I was already quick because I was playing football, so I knew how to defend people, right? And I had a quick first step. So I'm like, oh, if I could learn this crossover, I used to see Brian and A do it all the time.
Oh man,
so
Brian, man.
Yeah, my boy Mr. Lemon.
Yeah.
So Brian and them had a quick first step. So I started learning that shit. So I ended up getting the crossover down, right? Now I ain't got a left hand. So I can cross over, bang, get to the left. And I'm like, now I'm in trouble because I can't dribble left. So like I can only go about maybe 4 steps. Right. But that's enough. I'm fast enough to get right there to the rim. Like I'll be right there. So now after that, I got this shit that come under like this. Yeah. Feel me? Like so you look, I'm doing like this. You know a nigga don't play ball. Yeah. I'm coming under like this, right?
That's a fact.
But
that's a fact.
What it is I'll be on the left side of the court, and a nigga expects you to go up with a left hand. I don't have a left hand. Yeah. I'm not good at laying it up with the left. Right. So I'm going with the right. So when they reaching over to hit the left, and it's an automatic foul. So I got good enough to the point where I embraced the hit. So I'm like, I know the hit coming, so I know where to let the ball go. Yeah. So it's like the ball gonna go in, I'm gonna get the foul. So that's 2 points, easy, and I'm going to the foul line. Hey, every time. That's a fact. I was wrong. Yo, this is fact. This was every time though.
Yeah, like walking to the court, banking on his move.
Everybody played me. Would know that move. Like you can ask my boy Dayton, you can ask AC, you can ask everybody. I'm like, I remember that ugly ass move. I hated that. And one day they had a tournament, right? So you know the older niggas used to be playing. So one of their people ain't show up, and I'm on the sideline. Niggas like, yo, Pup, come on, man, come on. These the older niggas. I'm like, oh, y'all want me? Oh, coming. Yeah. Get in there. I'm playing. I'm DJing this big nigga up. Bing, bing, bing. So I'm shutting them down, right? And then it got to the point where they was like, all you got to do is pass us the ball. I'm like, okay, bang. So I get the game point, right? These niggas got game point. I'm like, shit, so I got the ball, right? I'm like, these niggas got game point. They telling me to pass it to the big nigga.
I remember.
I did my move. I did the move. Boom. Came down there. Boom. 2 points. Foul line. Now it's like it's tied up. Next point win. I'm at the foul line. So I'm sitting there, they sitting there like, oh shit, this little nigga at the foul line. Now I don't got a foul shot, but I'm gonna make that bitch because the thing is this. Everybody go for the swoosh. You know, that was the thing on net, right? My thing is, I ain't a basketball player. I aim for the box. That box
that's what it's there for. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, so all my shits go boom, boom, like that. Yeah. So I just knew how to. I had an ugly foul shot too. You know how niggas lean up with that shit? I ain't do none of that. My shit was. Like that bitch hit like this. Boom, boom. Game over, everybody. Like that little nigga won that shit. Man. Nice.
They got 3 points the whole game.
But 3 points.
So that shit was good for something, dude.
That's it. That's it. You feel me? Like, so basketball was more of an Elliott thing, and like, you know, AC was not. He was winning all that shit. Like, that nigga's supposed to go to the pros. Like, hands down. Like AC.
Yeah, different kind of animal on that court.
You had a few niggas though.
There's a lot of niggas that was nice.
Just shot these.
And Ambrose came up right under.
Ambrose was on there. He was younger.
Because this one, when Ambrose was coming up, and the nigga used to always carry the ball, so you knew he was gonna be nice.
Right.
Like he had a ball with him everywhere he fucking go. He was that nigga that you see him at the chicken shop. He got the he got the ball with him.
Shout out to Ambrose.
That was little Ambrose. Like he had the ball.
Yeah.
And the nigga was nice. Like he got nice as hell. Like
right.
Because when we wasn't at the court, that nigga was laying at the court. This one, Mr. Perry and them had the gym upstairs, and you know he had the little courts where you could go up there and practice your dunk. Because you could go dunk on them shits.
Right.
And then you had the big courts. Ambrose was playing on all of them shits. Like he playing on the little courts. You see that nigga playing on the big. He running up and down this motherfucker. Like that was like a safe haven, like a home for a lot of people. Then when that shit ended, when Mr. Perry, when all that shit ended, it's like niggas start going outside. Like once the lights went off for Elliott, niggas start being outside. Like,
but y'all was on Pop 1 or 2 though, right? Y'all
we was part of that 93 team.
Yeah.
That 93 North Newark team.
Who was all on your squad? Shout them out. Like
everybody. First of all, shout out to Kendrick.
Yeah, my nigga Kendrick.
Kendrick was the running back then. I don't know what he's doing right now. Kendrick, if you get this, man, what up, bro? You know what I'm saying? But he was the running back. My man Craig was the running back. Shout out to Smurf. You know what I mean? Chantel.
ST, the quarterback.
Ski was the quarterback. Shout out to Ski.
G was on y'all, right?
G was there with us too. Yeah. G was wide receiver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And Brooks, right?
Brooks was there. Mill. Definitely Mill.
Mill came after that.
Mill was a little younger than us, though.
Championship.
Didn't Poe play too?
Poe was on that 93 team. Poe was there too. Shout out to Poe too.
Y'all was ringing bells.
Rick the Kid.
That particular
Rick the Kid was on there.
Yeah, Rick was on the 93 team. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That social level you meet early. Like one thing I respect about Coach Calvin. Coach Don made that team fucking brothers. Rest in peace to Coach Don and Coach Ralph. They made that team brothers. Like to this day, when we see each other from that team, it's like, yo, bro, what up? Anybody from that 93 regime or under Don regime, be like, no, what up, bro? Like it's a respect level. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker doing in life right now. Yeah. What up? You feel me? Like that level.
Dope. Coach Don was the GOAT, man.
And when we was in practice, you had to hit. It wasn't none of this soft shit they got going on now in sports. Coach Don was making you hit, and he would be in the games crying like, "You're not gonna lose to them." You know what type of energy that's putting into them kids, man. We was ready to go out there and knock somebody's dick in the dirt, dead ass. Like you was going out there with a different mindset.
Yo, let Coach Don voice buckle in the pregame. Whatchamacallit? What? Let my boy hit you one of these. We were like,
let it happen. What happened?
Nigga, we ready to go in. Like, Coach Don say, run through that wall. Strapping up, like, I got it.
I'm going to take the whole wall down. Like, that's the mindset you had.
Coach Don had a lot of respect on that field and off the field.
Oh, without a doubt. He used to come to my class, yo. He used to work in Broadway, so he used to come to my class, like, goddamn Big Twin, sit down. Because that's what he used to call him, Big Twin. Goddamn Big Twin, sit down.
Big Twin, I was little twin.
Big Twin, little twin, word up.
Yeah, man. So it was like, shout out to Coach Don. Even when we had like this championship team, yo, oh man, another funny story. Right? So you know.
Tell it. Because I know it's coming. Tell it
about it.
We balling right now. We unscored upon. We duffing niggas all season. We into playoffs. We duffed the first round. Now this is the second round before you go to the championship. We playing the Hawks.
Nah, the Vikings.
The Vikings, not the Hawks. It was the Vikings. You're right. Because the Hawks
was the little team.
We was playing the Vikings, right? And my man Dame was the quarterback. So right now,
shout out to Dame.
Shout out to my nigga Dad. So right,
Dame, we played for Shabazz and all that.
Yeah, so we I'm the cornerback over there right now. We hitting shit right like Calvin on this end, I'm on this end. Shit coming around that corner, we mopping shit, right? So we watching what's my shit? You know, what's the shit? The karate shit where the nigga starts.
Last Dragon.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So you know the part where he started turning green, he got this stance. Yeah. So I said, I'm about to try that stance in football. Because you know when they start swinging around the corner, as cornerbacks, you pulling up. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like once they get to a certain point, or that running back, if he gets that ball,
Who's both told him not to
don't do that shit.
I'm putting it on record.
Yo, they said don't do that shit. Don't do that stupid shit. So I'm like, I'm trying my shit fucking stubborn. So I'm sitting there like bang. Now it's like I'm looking back at it. I'm anticipating the run. So instead of pushing up to the run. So Dame looking for a pass, nobody, everything locked down. Mumin, Skier, all of them not scared. Skier's playing offense. But everybody else playing defense had all their receivers shut down. So he got to take it. So he taking. I'm like, all right, come Come on.
Mind you, game on the line.
Game on the line. This is double overtime.
Oh.
And these
Like
niggas
game
like
on the line.
on the 15 or some shit, and he's swinging around the corner. You feel me? And the nigga came around the corner. So I'm like this. Where's the boom like, yeah. That shit was like, bing! I saw the sky. Like, oh shit. So I'm looking up like this. I'm looking up. I see this nigga pants. Like, you know, like, I said, this nigga Mac, he hit me with this back truck.
Yeah.
Like, bang, never been tucked in my life. So that shit was like, bang. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm holding on this nigga leg for dear life. So now he's doing the, like, you know,
Yeah.
he's doing that.
Trying to drag you.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
touchdown other than that.
It's touchdown other than that, though. If I wasn't holding him,
It's
it's
touchdown.
clear touchdown.
Mhm.
Because everybody back there with the receivers, as they pull up, he would have easily dove in.
Right.
So I'm holding him, but it gave the team enough time for Kendrick and other
came.
people and Momin
Man,
and them to
crazy
come.
hit, too.
Bang! Rang him, right? So now they knock him out of bounds. We get the ball back. We score. Game over. Feel me? But that was the closest
That would have changed history.
That
That wouldn't have
yeah.
been a 93 undefeated
team
team.
that lost.
We told you
If
not to
wouldn't
do
happen
that shit.
for that play.
Oh, be a who's.
So yo, shout out to my nigga Dave though.
Hey,
Yo,
yo,
so-
Damn. True
You be
story.
having some game changes though,
Yo,
man.
yeah,
With the
so
ball,
story.
the
You laughing about
3-point
this
shit.
shit? This shit funny
They don't
as hell.
follow the rules,
Yo,
man.
this
story.
shit was funny as hell. True story though.
Word
My
up.
boy Dane came from the quarterback. And you know, the worst thing about that shit, you don't get fucking macked by no quarterback. Let's talk
Definitely
about
if you're a
If
defender,
you're a
defensive
defender,
dude.
He
If
supposed
you're
to see you.
defender-
He supposed to see you and slide.
Yes,
So he
yes,
don't get hurt.
yes,
He
yes.
said, "I'm running his
He
little
said, I'm
ass."
going after this nigga. He gonna stand there with that
That's a
stupid
fact.
ass stance? He ain't even coming at me. I'm going at him. Bang, take that.
He had
He
no
gave it to
momentum in him. He just 10.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Yo, what the coach say though?
Yo, goes down to them. They after it was funny because they was like, yo, good job because you saved the game. Now if that nigga would have scored, them niggas probably would have been like, take your equipment off, twin. So now they play
They
that
didn't
shit.
say that back in
Take
the
your
day.
equipment off.
Take your equipment off.
Try again next year, son. Take your equipment off though. Like you feel me? But we end up stopping the game. So it was more of a good job. You held them. You ain't just let them mac you and then let it go.
Right.
You still fought. You held his legs. He couldn't go nowhere.
And you got to remember that was a
You feel
different
me?
era of football because you
Mhm.
got to remember back then you had to try out for the team.
You can
Like
get
it
cut.
wasn't no like today you just sign up, your mother pay your money,
And
and
you
you on a
playing.
team and you get whatever plays and whatever. You had to make the team.
It was off heart and skill,
That's
right?
it.
Yes.
So
I remember Coach Don every August, like August 1st, you get your equipment. Around that time, like August 1st, he had a certain group of kids, you know, they'd be over there having that talk, like, you know, thank y'all for coming out, inspiring them to keep coming back, you know, whatever.
But you ain't make the cut.
team.
right. How many years y'all played Pop Warner?
We started in 92,
92,
93, 94.
yeah, 94, I think.
And then after that, it was high school.
high school.
And then, you know, by the
I
time
was
we got,
Barron.
And y'all was ringing bells in high school
Yeah,
too.
but-
Oh, without that, I
by
played
the time,
earlier.
I about to say, by the time we got the Barons, I was Birdie
He was
already.
Birdie.
So,
If you don't know who Birdie is, Birdie above the rim.
I was Birdie already at that point. Like,
He wasn't playing no helmet on.
it was over. Like,
It's over.
it was over, man. Like, Birdie, man. Like,
So how you put no
He was
helmet
Birdie. Straight up.
coming to the games on some Birdie shit. Like, you know how Birdie was on above the rim. I'm there like that. Like,
on? Right.
moving around. Like, I'm moving and shaking in the streets at this point. And then he moving around too, but he's still on his Ricky shit. So he carrying the football with him everywhere.
So we got Birdie and Ricky.
Yeah, you know, like,
That's
you
a
know,
fact,
Ricky
though.
shit, like,
Word.
Ricky,
Word.
he going out there, he's scoring, he racking shit up. And,
I used to go to sleep with the football at
Yeah,
that
like-
time.
What's your years though? High school, what?
I played from 95 to 99. I came out in 99.
Word
Come on,
up.
let us get some stats. What's some
Oh
some
man,
stats? Come on.
I don't remember all the stats, but I would like to say I would like to say I was pretty good. I
This
played
nigga
good.
still got video
You know what I'm
footage,
saying?
man. He
I
put
got
up
a
from
I
time
got
to
some,
time.
and I got that from Sal. Sal called me one day like, "Yo, I found these tapes." Going through the VHS because back then we only had VHS. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of football, I'll give y'all a real story. Yo, true story, real quick. Y'all know David Tyree?
No.
David Tyree played for the New York Giants. If you don't know, he the guy that caught the pass on the helmet that took us to the Super Bowl that year.
Okay.
Giants, my team. Shout out David Tyree. But in high school, we played against each other.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He played for Montclair, and he was like I guess a 5-star receiver. He was nice. You know what I'm saying? But I ripped him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. I ripped him. Keep it real. He was like already one of the main focuses. So when we was doing film work, it was like, yeah, watch out for him. He one of the key players. This, all that, right? So we knew who he was going into the game. And by the way, they blew us out. No. I don't want to make it seem like they ain't duff us,
Mhm.
but I did rip them. So
Right.
I'm gonna tell the story. It was like a rain game or whatever. This is my sophomore year. I was in the 10th grade. It was going into the halftime, and they was trying to score. They was driving. So I was on the left side, the outside linebacker, and they motioned him to my side. And I remember my coach clearly like, D and 101, 101, 101. Wakil shift with him. So I shifted over with him, but I'm already like, damn, you know what I mean? Because he kind of fast. So I backed up like 5 yards off of him. So the ball got, boom. And he came out all pretty with his run. He hit me with the boom. Went to the out, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm chasing him, like trying to get to him. They throw it. I see the ball in the air from the peripheral, like, oh, shit's in the air. He running like a smooth run. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My son caught that shit with a one hand like this. Now say lie out of bounds. Mm-hmm. Right? He's running to this out of bounds. I'm behind him, hauling ass. He caught that shit like this. So when he got to this, he pivoted and spin inbounds. I'm coming. Ripped him. What? It felt so good because we both slid, right? And I just remember the adrenaline getting up so amped, like, oh, let's go. Yeah. And I remember the cheerleaders and shit was right there, like moving out the way, like, oh, oh. You know what I'm saying? But Coach K always remind me of that, like, nah, Wak, I still remember when you ripped him, like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's a true story. We did lose the game, though, however. So if he ever sees David Tyree, what up, man? You know to play, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know to play.
You know to play. North side shit. North side shit, nigga. You know to play.
But he was dumb nice, though. He was dumb nice back then. But he wound up being on the Giants. I'm a Giant fan. And he caught the ill catch. You know what I'm saying? That put us into the catapult us to the Super Bowl.
Dope.
Man, true story.
What up, man? So, you know, it was, like I said, man,
and Birdie was at the game.
I was there.
Birdie was at the game.
Birdie was at every game. Doing Birdie shit.
Dope.
Do Birdie shit.
And this nigga was nice, though. He could have fucking played, just didn't play no more. Like, man, I'm outside.
He wanted to play a different game.
Yeah,
I'm outside.
You, when the lights went off at Elliott, it was outside.
Word.
Going down,
that up
man.
top, though, being up top, man. Up top by that chicken shack and all that, man.
Yeah, man.
What we talking? Lost Generation?
Well, the chicken shack, the whole Broadway thing, because that shit stems from 766, 780, and it goes from Montclair all the way over there.
Right.
You feel me? Like that whole vibe. And when you got 766, you got 766 here, you might have like 15, 20, 30 black people here. 780, you got 15, 20, 30 Puerto Ricans right here. And that shit intertwines with each other. You feel me? They look at each other like, yo, we bros. Like,
hell yeah. Shout out to all my Boricuas, man. What
all
up?
my poppies.
Y'all already know what it is. Holla, like, what up?
Holland Street, you know, like
780, what up?
So if some shit kick, everybody rolling. Like, you feel me? Like, so it's one of them things where you can be walking to stop one and you see all the dominoes. You see black niggas and Puerto Ricans playing dominoes. Alert dominoes from watching them because they got that shit there. So you had a different culture there.
Right.
You feel me? Like you had black people that can cook Spanish food better than a Spanish person. And vice versa.
I don't know one motherfucking black person that can cook better than a Spanish person.
No.
But I know what he's trying to say.
People was doing it. So it was like, and this shit dope, like the way that we all came up.
Right.
So like our whole relationship together, like as that in that building, was totally different. You feel me? Like it was a great love. So when we get up to that chicken shack, you seeing everybody there. This back when the chicken shack had a gift shop. Yeah, y'all remember the gift shop?
You
feel me? Like
they sell the fake ass gold teeth and shit.
This when they had the pizzeria before the.
I had a gold nugget.
Back when Andy Alex and Quayon was beating everybody in Street Fighter. Nobody could beat them niggas.
That nigga Quayon had you mad as hell. You gonna waste $10 trying to play this nigga.
Nobody could beat them
niggas. That nigga come in the store and tell you quick, hey, yo, let me get around on this. You like, nah, my quarter I'm playing. Like, yo, I'm gonna put my quarter in and whoop your ass.
Yeah.
And you already know when he put his quarter in, your game was over.
He's the only nigga I saw beat an arcade game. Like this nigga would win the arcade game with a quarter.
With a quarter, he'll go all the way through it.
He go all whooping these niggas.
It did get to point with different characters.
Yeah, like that nigga was nice.
I
never seen nobody nice
one time.
Fighter like that. Like
he was dumb nice.
Quayon used to come up on Wild Out, and then you had the chicken shack, right? So as we got older with the chicken shack, it became like hustling grounds and things like that.
Right.
You know? So everybody moving and shaking, right? So then the rap shit started.
Okay.
Like, the rap was coming in. So now as everybody rapping, who's created the cipher? Because this was the area where you wanted to be heard. It ain't like now where you got social media,
right?
Just blast out. So you would be at that cipher. People would be at that cipher and they would be getting busy. This one, you would see Trash up there, you was up there, Sliver was up there, you feel me? This was, if I think, before Lava was even rapping.
This was around the pipeline time, I think.
Yeah, this was, pipeline was still going on. So it was like that time of it. And everybody would just get busy, like going up there, niggas from down the hill coming up. I forget the kid from 730 from the townhouse, because it was the townhouses at the time, wasn't even 730 then. You feel me? And he would come down there. It was like 3 of them, and they would get busy. And it wasn't like a battle against people thing. It was more of a just get busy.
Yeah.
But then they would say,
just trading bars.
They would say like, nah, they would give it up like, he got it tonight. Like, say if Gutter was the nigga with the illest shit that night, it would be like, yo, Gutter won that shit tonight. Right. It wasn't like, I'm going against Gutter or going against Drafts. It wasn't never really that. It was just niggas spitting. Like, and sometimes niggas had their nights like, yo, you got your night. You feel me? And even when Ambrose was talking about it, right? Because we're gonna talk about my nigga Lil Ambrose. My nigga Little Ambrose.
Okay.
Nah, respect to my nigga Broski. Nah, you know it's inside joke. But he would be up there, but I don't remember him rapping. And I'm not challenging the validity of his story at no point. But I probably wasn't there because I wasn't at all them shits. I was Birdie at the time. I'm moving around. So I probably wasn't there. But I found out he was rapping after this shit. So I ended up calling A. Like when you said I'm about to rap, I'm like, yo, A. I called my nigga A on the line, yo, Lil Ambrose be rapping? So A like, yeah, that nigga nice too. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I heard him one day I was coming out of Chester's. A said he's like coming out there, Ambrose was rapping and shit. He was like, yo, the nigga got some shit. And one thing I respect about A don't give you respect unless you're really nice. A be like, no, that nigga
ass.
You be like, this nigga nice. A be like, that nigga ass, bro. Like, you feel me? So if A vouch for him, I'm like, all right, now I'm anticipating hearing him. From the live. So I'm like, I gotta hear Ambrose. Like,
so
I never heard him rap until then.
I thought you knew that he knew already.
No. I never knew Ambrose rap.
No, but you know what? Just to clear some things up too. When we say Lil Ambrose, you gotta remember Ambrose said it in his interview. Like when he's like, I was like 12, he was like 17.
Yeah.
So when we was like outside doing different shit, he was just coming, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Word up.
Like his older brothers, so you know
everybody. It ain't like no.
So when we say Lil Ambrose, we don't be this.
It ain't like no little nigga. Like a good example right now. If I was to be down the hill right now, right, and I bump into my nigga Reese. You know what Reese gonna say? Little badass twins. He gonna say that. I ain't gonna look at it, no offense. Like, what you mean, little nigga? I'm grown, nigga. Yeah. No, because I just know he talking from that era. So that's really what it was. It was never like a, yo, my little nigga thing. Nah. It wasn't like that at all. I got too much respect. But then on top of it, I was anticipating hearing this shit. So, I'm calling my nigga, what up, yo? He said, you go hear it? I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So when I heard it, I was fucking super because I'm like, not only did this nigga spit, he fucking murdered it. So when he came up here and got busy, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like this. I had to run his shit back a couple times, like, get extra excited again. Like,
but see what you saying right now, bro. Man, jokers don't be wanting to give it up like that.
That nigga,
like people don't be wanting to give it up. Like you really sitting on camera saying, I ran it back a couple times. Niggas don't be wanting to give it up. That nigga got busy,
said some shit like fast and I can't remember the actual word. But he said a couple joints, and I'm like, if you a real lyricist, you listening to them fucking bars and putting them shit together, like, oh shit. Hit him again. This shit's like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yo, get fucking busy. That's what I'm talking about. Then on top of it, he's from my fucking hood.
Yeah.
He's from up the hill. So I'm super amped up for him. Like, hell yeah. So he's dope. And on top of that, the nigga Butter Sadis. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
That nigga came from left field. Yeah. And that's what I like about the show too. Yeah. Because it shows you niggas that you be like, who the fuck is this, right? Because who the fuck he was, right?
Right.
But when I was listening to his shit, I'm watching this shit like, he got a dope ass interview, right? For one. So I'm watching this shit like, all right, I'm gonna wait to the bar. You know, y'all get the bars later. I'm gonna check his shit. When I heard this shit, I'm like, okay, nigga, nice. Like, feel me? So, inbox him, I told him, like, yo, that shit was dope as hell. Like, for real. He got busy, said some shit. One of the bars that started out, nigga said, you could look at my inner circle and pick a boss. Yeah. That's some 80s shit. Because you know the 80s is like, you ain't know who was the big man. Everybody getting money. Everybody looking fly. Everybody doing their thing. So I'm like, ooh, that to me, some people probably overlook that particular bar, But to me, I'm like, that shit was hard. Like, you feel me? Like,
right, that shit was.
So,
that whole
and
freestyle was crazy.
then he got that shit out right now, that work.
Yeah.
That shit go dummy.
Yeah,
like,
and yeah. Shit
like,
too.
shout out
Fire.
to fucking Butter. Like, that
Word,
nigga was
dope.
left field. Like,
Dope.
when I saw him on the show, I'm like, his shit was left field. Like, oh, nah, this nigga nice. Like,
Dope.
Like, I don't have a problem giving it up. You feel me? Like, but nigga nice. I like the young kid on Vinci Shakur. He was dope as hell up here.
Definitely.
I inboxed him personally and said, hey, man, nice shit, man.
You see, bro, like,
don't
hurt with show love, man. You
man.
see, Bartawk, man, we bridging gaps, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope, man. That's dope.
Now, some people I expect, though. Like, Stomp. I expect Stomp. That's like, if I hear my nigga Reek, like, Stomp is seasoned. You know, you hear Stomp all the time. So I expect, when I saw Stomp up here, I'm like, no, Stomp about to get busy. But everybody else was left field. Like, oh, shit. You feel me? It was a breath of fresh air. You feel me? Like, if my nigga Reek was the spit, I would expect Reek to get busy.
Right.
Like, if Sal come up here, I'm going to expect it.
Right.
Like, I know Sal going to come lay some shit down. You feel me?
Right.
So it's one of those things. But those three people stood out to me because it was like left field. Like,
dope, man.
Salutes
to the guys, man.
Yo, word up. Shout out to my
guys.
nigga Broski. You feel me? Like,
word up.
Shout out to my nigga. That's the home team, man. You know, like.
So how Lost Generation? How did that group come about though?
Who was in the group?
Yeah, who was in the group? Lost Generation.
AC and Who's.
Okay.
You feel me? It was
Salutes
me
to
and
the guys, man.
And we was already running around, and actually it was me and Who's at first, and then A came, like how Butter and them left field. That nigga came left field. Like, I didn't even know A rapped at the time. So he was with Who's one day, and he was like, yo, AC ass rap. I said, AC ass don't rap. That nigga just know how to play basketball.
That crazy voice though.
And his voice was very distinct. So he was like, wait till next time we in the hood, whatever, right? Because me and Who's used to be playing the game. So we go around, we see A and Brian. So they come through. So A spit some shit. I'm like, yeah, that nigga nice. You feel me? Like, he got it. So then after that, we start talking like, yo, we started coming to like, we're gonna do this shit together. We're gonna make a group. So we was doing a group thing and stuff like that. Then my older brother Hawk was like, yo, help manage y'all. So we was doing that, and we started forming from there. The only difference is we wasn't really outside. Like, we wasn't just rapping.
Right.
Like, so it was a little different. So it's like you're taking time away from running around to come get in the studio versus a person that's just in the studio. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we got to put that shit down. And it was hard. You can't really mix the two. I will say this to any artist coming up now: don't try to think you in the streets and you're gonna be a rapper. That shit ain't gonna work. If you want to be a rapper, be a rapper. Like, go wholehearted into it, because it's you feel me? Because that shit was hurting us too. Because getting charges, people catching charges. A catching charges. We can't do a show. Like, we doing shows, but it don't feel the same without them.
Right.
That type of thing, you know. And songs we trying to get completed, and if something going on, and you know, like a studio session, and you making a whole bunch of dollars, nigga might be like, man, look, we gotta record that shit another day.
Right.
But Hawk on our ass, like, yo, we need this shit done today. But you over there like, yo, man, I got a $16,000 sale over here. Look, man, I'll pay for the booking to do that shit over whatever. Like, whatever, just making money notes or like whatever. You feel me? That wasn't the actual, it was just, you know, just saying like, you got a big sale or something over here. You'd be like, I'll pay for that shit, we'll redo it. Those type of things was happening. And it was like, Hawk was getting pissed with us. Well, no, I wouldn't even say really pissed, because he understood.
He already knew the shit.
He knew what was what, but it was like we was killing ourselves, like far as to that, you know. And then it was just that thing. That was really the meat of it. And then as we got older, it's still Lost Generation to this day.
Dope.
It's just that we grew up into different fractions of our lives. You feel me? Like, Who's grew up into getting him a career as a firefighter. Feel me? A grew up into doing what he's doing, but it's still LG. Like, it ain't like, you feel me? Because even the name, we got the name because it was like our generation is lost at the time. That's why it was Lost Generation. You feel me? So it's like right now, if I could be like, if Who's would say, I'd be like LLL, I guarantee you he watching this like GGG. That's what we used to say to each other, like LLL, GGG. You feel me? And we made a lot of great songs together and stuff like that. So that's really what that was with Lost Generation. Then you got Sal. So when we merged all four, we started creating projects like the Amistad, because Sal was already his own artist, like, you know, doing his own thing. Sal been doing his own thing before we even started rapping. So
my favorite rapper.
Oh, yeah, definitely my favorite rapper. And that's another thing. Like, I feel really like a lot of people be boasting, like, yo, if I meet this rapper,
I'm
I meet
serious,
that rapper.
like,
Nah,
I'm saying
that's
because my
fire.
brother.
Nah, that's fire.
I tell him that. I say,
That's
yo,
fire.
like my favorite line from him is he got so many dope ass lines, but for me, my favorite line is, if the bird fall in love with the fish, where do they live? You know what I'm saying? It just stuck with me forever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ever check out his song called Sailing, he was like talking about relationship and different, you know what I mean, things in that song. But what's one of the lines? If the bird fall in love with the fish, where do they live? You know what I'm saying? I thought that was fire.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's real.
But he my favorite
I
rapper.
feel like that, like when it comes to Sal, a lot of people be boasting about this rapper. Like, say, some of whatever these rappers you would think.
Right.
I wouldn't, of course, you like, hey, what's up? You know, I wouldn't be so gassed because I did songs with my favorite rapper already. You see what I'm saying? Like, so me doing a song with anybody else after this point is a plus. Like,
Gotcha.
no, that's what's up. Like right now, a good example. If I do a song with, let's say, Redman, because he's from North, I'll be like, hell yeah, shout out to fucking Redman, right? I'll be like, hell yeah, let's do it. But I wouldn't be as gassed because I did a song with my favorite rapper. You feel me? Like, it could be Biggie, it could be Pop. I'm like, dope, let's do it. Let's go edit shit out.
Right.
But I ain't gassed like that because I did a song with my favorite.
What was it
rapper.
like letting Sal hear that first verse, or the first time y'all ever recorded something?
Like when he found out
when he found out y'all was rapping and shit.
But when he found out I was rapping.
Yeah, I was about to say him. I never been a rapper. And then it worked for me. I had one line, that shit was super ass. I never did it again.
When it came to rapping, Sal would coach me through a lot of stuff. Like,
okay.
Hey, Buck, we spit that, do this, do that, yo, work on this. While he's working on stuff, like things that he's implementing in himself, he would tell me, like, yo, I'm working on this, try this. You feel me? Try that when you're doing it. To the point where you start working on flows and getting yourself strong enough to be on the track, then making strong enough songs that was really like, oh, this is good. Then it was like, let's do a song together. You feel me? Like, and even with that, like, any song I got on side, he still was like, I don't give a fuck how hard you write. That shit was like, he go in there, you go in there like, oh, you feel comfortable coming out the booth, like, yeah. So I'll go in there, you like, damn, I need to go redo that shit.
I need to go redo some shit.
It's a short. I remember that CD right there.
Staircase Music.
Staircase Music.
Mm-hmm. That's my
Hit
shit.
Sal with one of them shits. Word is born. And I always respect constructive criticism, yo. You know what I mean? Hit Sal with one of them shits. He called me like, hey, bro. I'm like, what's up, yo? He was like, I don't get it. No bullshit.
I didn't know you
I'm on the phone I'm on the phone like, he was like, I hear you, but I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And I respected that because the CD was songs that I recorded over the time and put together for an event to go out to How Can I Be Down. But the fact that he called and kept it 100 like that,
That's what's up.
You feel me? He kept it 100. Was like, I don't get it on the phone. Like, I don't get it. I'm on a like, all right. With the shit playing in the background though.
That's what he do though.
And he's like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get the CD. Like, I don't understand it. Like, but
that shit they did with Sliv was cool too though.
Yeah.
Sliv.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Sliv.
That particular song that we did.
What was that? That was the Homicide album too, right?
Yeah, I think that was.
We did that. No, that wasn't the LG album. I think.
No, did it?
Live your life. Even though you niggas die. That was fire.
You gon' see. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
That shit was so hard, right? And we recorded that in Passaic with my man Trash Messiah. Shout out to Trash
Messiah.
Right? And we recorded that. He had a studio out there, and we was there, and the energy was so high. And Sliv was a monster. We all working on it, so he in there humming. We like, yo, what the fuck you doing with that? He's like, yo, I think I got something for a bridge. I'm like, word. So he started working on it, and next thing you know, that shit came out to what you're hearing now, like what was there. And I'm like, no, that gotta go, bro. That's good shit right there. So everybody got busy on their verses. I remember who's hearing this shit like, fuck, I missed this studio session. Remember I told you how we was missing shit because we do it. No, so I was like, who's was tight about that shit? Like, nah, this shit too hard. But you know, the song is already long. So it's like, because who's like, I'm getting on that. We like, yo, you can't. It will be too long, like at that point. And then I think he was like, I'm gonna intro it or something. Like, I'm going something.
That's how that should be, man. I was
So
just
it
telling
was
Draz,
one of
we was
those
just telling Draz that like they recorded some shit, and I'm like, hey yo,
I seen that interview. He's like,
yo,
"Word,
hold up,
sometimes ain't
bro.
no room on there for you."
Like, yo, I need something. Like, I mean, I respect. I can't get it, bro. Let me intro this motherfucker real quick. Like, you feel me?
Born, man. So it was like it was a good joint. And then you had like beats. Like Trash is a monster with beats. Him, my man FaZe, and then you got and Bi.
Yeah.
Them three right there, man. Ill. And my man Luch doing beats too. That's dope.
So was it the cases being caught and people having different things to do that stopped the whole group?
No, it was just more that we evolved into life. Like,
but I don't want to say it like that too, because it wasn't all just cases. Every time somebody missed a studio session,
it wasn't.
No, because I know how it go though.
I'm talking across the air. I don't want it to come over across like
it wasn't like that.
Like,
no,
niggas, we
just go into different things. Like
make the session for whatever reason.
Yeah, and plus everybody start growing into different things. Like as you start becoming adults and start seeing like this, we shouldn't have been doing. We need to be focusing on this, like in life. So you rap start kind of like not fading out. Like I don't even consider myself a rapper. I consider myself an entertainer.
Dope.
Because I do too much shit. I'm past just rap.
Word up.
Of course.
So you motherfuckers who think I'm a rapper, just say no. That's Bup the entertainer. I'm entertaining.
Talk about it.
So let's get into that entertainment.
So
you know what I mean?
Now, the fact that I can still fucking rap is a blessing. You feel me?
Talk about it.
When y'all speak this rap shit, just know, yes, I will come out and put the motherfucking cape on.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Don't think that no
motherfucking
said don't leave your name out, huh?
That I won't come put the cape on. But yes, the reason why you haven't been hearing music from me because I'm focused on other shit because I'm entertaining. I do films. I'm working on a book. I'm doing different shit where I can't just be fucking rapping all day. I'm not a rapper. I'm an entertainer.
The movie.
Yes, we're gonna talk about it, Draz. We're gonna talk about these films.
I was there when the seed was planted. I think I was there with you when you started to plant that fucking seed.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. That comes the whole Riders thing, right? We're gonna talk about films, period, right?
Oh. First film, before you get into it, I didn't mean to cut you off. The first film you did was what? The first film that you was in.
The first film we was in was Nicknames.
Nicknames.
Shout out to Nicknames. Nicknames was the first film for all of us. Like Big Bro was definitely a big inspiration. He wrote Nicknames, directed it. Well, he ain't directed. LeRon did, which is Foundation Digital. He directed Riders too. But anyway, that was the first film for all of us. Actually, the first film I think Big Bro that inspired us to go was Zoo Crew.
Yeah, when they did the Zoo the movie.
Big Bro was in Zoo Crew, the movie.
I got a scene in there too. Yeah, I'm in the Zoo.
Yeah,
I'm in there. I am.
I ain't seen you as
you ain't gonna see me. I'm the nigga that's when they on that block, when they on Chadwick. You know them little group of people back there in the back. I'm one of them.
He is.
Nigga, yeah. So I'm in the movie. Yeah. I got my walkthrough. You don't even see my back though. I'm talking to somebody like this with the camera. I'm like this. While the shot is focused on gun, I'm like this. You don't hear nothing. You just see me back there. Yeah, but I was there.
But that movie was the initial inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Big Bro was in that. We was excited to see him in that and all of that. Then Nicknames came, and for Nicknames, we was there for everything. Like I was there for Nicknames when it was in the notebook. Like Big Bro came to us like, yo, I got this idea. He reading the scenes to us. We sitting there listening to it in the notebook, like shit he wrote. Then it became a script. Then it became everything else. The table reads, the this, the that. And we actually shot it and to see it on film and getting to be in the audience and see on film and getting the responses and hearing people talking about you. They don't even know you sitting next to them and they talking about your character. That was dope. Yeah. And
so
from that point, it birthed us.
Was y'all wrote into the script or y'all had to read for the roles?
No, we read.
Nah, we read.
We read for it, and
I played a small role. It was Barbara 1. He ain't even had a name. He was just Barbara 1.
Yeah. His character.
Yeah, I played.
No, wait. Nicknames. I'm mixing the video nicknames.
Yeah. You were mixing that up.
But I still had the Barbara 1, because I was Barbara 1 because that's when Saeed had the don't push my headlock back. And I was the Barbara.
I was the guy that was hustling, so it was a really easy job to do, like to act it. and I was running around just doing greasy shit in the movie. So just greasy, which is like just greasy stuff.
Yeah,
And
go check it out.
You know, if you haven't seen it, Nicknames the movie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Go check it out.
If you got a Roku,
okay,
or anything like that, you got the Hallmark channel on there.
Roku, right?
Yeah, that's the reason why I got Roku. He called me and said, "Yo, Nicknames up there." I'm like, "What? Okay, look, go to Roku. Put on the Hallmark some channel, Hall Mills channel, and Word is Born. It's a couple of them up there.
You're gonna have Nicknames, Piece of Action, To Touch.
All
of those are up there, and they're really some great films too. Like Piece of Action was my toughest film. If anybody want to ever know, like, far as acting to this point,
Snorkel.
I had to play a character called Snorkel,
bro.
And
Snorkel.
Bro, this nigga is so amazing, right?
Snorkel.
I was sitting there on the set because I got a little extra roll up and a little cameo, but he came in there. When he came in there, he already had the crazy cut.
Had the little when got this cut crazy. Like,
he got a cut for the wasn't it?
Okay.
Man, bro,
the cut was the least of it.
I had to go get my Safe the barber, man. Shout out to Safe. If y'all need that cut, go see Safe the barber. I went there.
How did you jump into that role though?
No, Sal had the role, right? And he was like, I was reading the script. He was like, "Buck, you think you could tackle one of these?" So I'm reading through the whole script, and I'm like, "Yeah, this nigga Snorkel," because it looked challenging the role, right? He was like, "Snorkel, you sure?" So now I'm in the house practicing this shit. Like, oh, you doubt me? All right, like, because the way he asked me, like, "You sure you want to do that role?" So I took it like, I can't do it. But he wasn't even asking me that way though. So I'm like, nah, now I definitely want to do it. So I started working on the role. So now I had to get a cut to make this stand out. Because they had a kid that was gonna play Snorkel. So Sal was like, "Yo, this Snorkel one day on set." I said, "Oh, I got him covered. I'll be right back." I left set, went to see my boy Safe, like, "Bro, I need to get a crazy cut. I play this character, whatever, right?" Safe did a crazy cut, arch my eyebrows. Like,
he had his eyebrow shit done.
Like, so I had to get my eyebrows arch, some shit you just don't do.
Right.
And then my wife painted my fingernails.
And they got blue nails.
I had my nails was blue. So it was like,
he had the Flip City leotards on and shit.
Then, and then my wife was like,
then he had
she got anything like, some old clothing or whatever. She was like, yeah, to play this character, because the character was like a metrosexual gangster
though.
He was a gangster. But he was like a metrosexual, and he was in a wheelchair. Like, he wheelchair bound, but he metrosexual and he gangster.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. And then I get there and Sal got these fucking Ugg boots. Like, you gotta put those on. Whoa. Now it's like, we already went too far.
They were like the girl Uggs.
They were the ones you just slip your feet in. No laces. And them shits was beat down. Like, them shits was already to the side. Yeah. You know how you see them Uggs when the girls wear them and they whoop them shits? Them shits was already whooped. Like, you feel me? So you slip them joints on. So now I'm like, all right, it's time to go into character. Fuck it. Like, because when I really go into character, I try to morph into that person.
Okay.
So it was like, fuck it. So everybody chilling, like, we all talking, like, we laughing about the nails and all this shit, like, da-da-da. They say cut. And they say, camera on, like, the go time. And I start doing that shit, like, the Snorkel shit, the crash, like, niggas was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Whoa, we ain't know you was coming like that.
Yeah.
It was so many times we had to cut, like, this shit too funny. You feel me? So it was like, wait, cut. No, wait, hold on. Like, because I was just doing shit improv as well as with my lines. And it came across funny. Like, even the brush, that wasn't actually in there. Dreyon is my nephew Dre. He's in there.
Y'all got a talent.
That's another one who just jumped right into
Dre.
It wasn't even no role for him.
Yeah, so Cinco, he in there. He's the person that pushing me around in the wheelchair, like, with part of the gangster crew of Snorkel. And he don't say no lines. And to the end, I don't know if you ever go back and look at it.
Don't give it to him. You gotta go check that out. Check that out.
He do got the joint where whenever I say brush, he brush my hair wherever I'm at. So he got the brush on standby. Like, I could just be talking and be like, brush! Just start brushing my joint, right?
That character.
So
crazy.
that was like one of the hardest characters, because it's like on lunch and stuff. We had to go to lunch. You can't take the nail polish off like that.
So you outside.
Yeah.
Outside.
At work, everything.
I'm feeling like every time I go somewhere, I gotta explain myself. Like, hey man, we going to buy sandwiches and shit, like, for lunch, and they like, you're going to pay somebody, right? You handing them the money and your shit blue. You like, Hey, no, I'm in a role right now. Of course, you're taking the clothing off, but you put your regular shit on, but your nails still blue. No, I'm not receiving the money. Like, what the hell? Type of shit he on?
Right.
So, and then your eyebrows arched and shit. You got the fucking crazy looking haircut. It's
they
like,
don't even feel comfortable when we together. Like we by ourselves. You know, we in the car at the time. You know, let's just black and mild. He passed the black and mild. Let's just say that. And getting the black and mild, though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my son got the blue nails. It's like, what we doing? Like
with the blue dots, huh?
Yeah, son, what we doing?
Passing around with the blue dot tips.
What we doing? So it was like weird, but then like I say, it birthed Radas. So when I started writing it, like, I'm about to get busy. So it was notebook stuff, and the idea came up, and I started thinking of the characters, and I'm like.
And by the way, Buck wrote Radas, man. Because I get this question all the time.
Give it up for the bro, man. Come on, give it up for the bro, man. Salute.
Everything you hear in it, every now and then you might hear a different improv that they added to the set or to the, you know what I mean, the particular scene. But Buck definitely wrote the whole movie.
Word up. Thank you.
Word. So we talking about the seed that
Jazz talented.
Jazz, what you were saying?
Jazz was talking about
the focus that he was in that work focus.
Word up, like. When I was at the joint, when I'm working, I'm just writing that shit, getting it together, right? And then watching it be birthed and watching it, we film it and then actually premiering it. And then we got to the point where it was so good of a movie, people was like, we need a continuation because of the way it left off. Okay. And I left it as a cliffhanger just in case we needed to revisit it.
So Radas, that's y'all crew, right? Y'all motorcycle crew is
our motorcycle crew is Felony Radas.
Yeah, motorcycle crew is Felony Radas.
FR up, brothers.
Yeah.
Y'all already know Felony Radas.
Absolutely,
MC.
FR up to the most. But yeah, my crew is FR. The movie is Radas. We end up using most of our members to do a lot of these scenes. You feel me? So they're in those scenes or whatever. But yeah.
How long it took you to write it though?
Like if you
remember, a couple months.
It was a couple months, but it was the first one, so you kept scrapping.
Right.
Like when you think it's something good enough, and you're like, nah, back to it. You feel me? Like you scrap a whole 3 scenes, and then once you got it, now you got to skim it down. You got to skim the fat down to where it's bone. It's just all right. That's enough right there. It ain't gonna be too long. And this, you skim it down, and then it's like you start filming. Now you got to start skimming with that down.
Right.
With time wise, and then continuity, make sure things stay together and flow together and stuff like that. So it was like all of that. Once you got it, it gets you to where you land at. So when you land at that point, your thing after that is the premiere, because that's when you're gonna get your honest review. Man. When you do that premiere, people gonna tell you like, yo man, that shit was good, or you gonna get that, yeah man, good job. Or they gonna hit you with the shit was good, man. Yo, you really did good. You're gonna tell by the body language.
But either way, both reviews is good because it motivates you and keep you doing better. So either way, you look for both reviews.
Yes.
Like when you, first of all, I want to say I appreciate the opportunity. You know,
without a doubt.
Because when you called me, when you called me, I'm like, hey, yo, what? Hell yeah, say no more. So then I'm reading. Then I knew Dre as a baby. You get what I'm saying? 2, 3 years old. I knew him as a baby. His mom's lived in our building. Definitely. And so then it's like, you like, yeah, my nephew Dre going. And when I see him, and this one like about 7 feet tall, I'm looking like, oh, shit. So then we out there on the set that Saturday. I'll never forget, we shot on a Saturday on Rose Terrace. And you had the Black and Miles and shit, you know what I'm saying? And that shit done made me nervous as hell, but he good though. And I'm out there now, like, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, like. But then once we got in the car and shit, we start shooting for the scenes or whatever, they made me feel more comfortable. You know what I mean? As time went on, I felt more comfortable with it. And then we went to the north side, shot the scene on the north side or whatever. Yeah. So the shit was cool. Salutes to the homie Bone. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to the homie Bone. He made that shit happen.
What up, Brad?
That was all right because y'all chemistry on that camera was just like, it's like y'all be together every day.
I swear.
That's how that shit was.
And I just met him that morning, like within an hour prior to us saying cut, like saying action.
That chemistry was immaculate between you, Dre, the whole Claude the Fraud and all of that shit. Claude the Fraud, like Claude the Fraud, let's go.
Word up.
And the way Dre, no, all of that was
for real though.
Perfect. You feel me? Like, and
that shit was dope.
And it was like gutter. It was just a natural. I remember saying, I think it was to Live. Like that nigga just a natural. Like he
Appreciate
got it. Some
Appreciate
people have issues with when the camera is on. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Once that shit say cut, it's like a smile coming in. You don't even know you smiling. Like or they looking directly at the camera when you're not supposed to. Even if you're supposed to look that way, you're supposed to look off than the camera. Like Gutter had all that shit natural. I don't know if it probably helped with you doing music and videos. So you probably used to working the camera.
Right.
But your reactions, your timing, your body language, everything was just natural. So I'm like, this nigga just fucking nice. Like
he was natural because even with the video thing, you saying it's different. And I remember Rick the Kid saying that when he was shooting his scenes, like in hip hop, you look in rap, brother, you looking at the camera, like you performing to the camera, but versus in the movie, even when you looking at the camera, you ain't looking at the camera.
Absolutely, that's true. That's true.
Well, when you gave me that script, bro, I was at work like. I'm on the cab with that joint, like nigga, like yo, what the hell is that? I ain't even eating. I'm like, nah, I'm about to be in a movie. I'm about to be in a movie. So when you telling people that, they looking at it like, work here, nigga, work every day.
Work with me.
You know what I mean? And then once it's finished, and then it's like, oh nah, a premiere coming up. And one thing I want to say about y'all, yo, which is fire, is like, yo, people don't understand, bro. We go from watching movies our whole life to some bros that we know that we grew up with. You understand what I'm saying? That we grew up with, like, and salutes to Sal, but I'm saying we grew up with. We the same age bracket. You know what I mean? Writing movies and putting the pieces together and putting that shit up in our local movie theaters, bro. Like that shit just not normal. Like that ain't happening, bro. And you know what I'm saying? So I salute y'all on that, bro. Like for real, and y'all putting y'all peoples in position.
Trying our best, man.
About his pen game though. That shit's serious. It surprised me because we sat on the phone for a couple of hours one night talking, and I'm just thinking it's conversation. We just talking. You know what I mean? So we talking. At this point, Riders 2 is done. It's done. He telling me, yo, it's done, bro. All I gotta do is shoot this. And he's like, yo, you know what I mean? I can put you in the film, this and that and that. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I can write you in here. We just talking. So I ain't thinking nothing of it when we hang up, because I already know it's done.
Yeah.
He like, hey, La, send me your email. I'm like, email? This about like not even a day or 2 days later. He's like, yo, send me your email. I'm like, your email? I'm like, all right, bro. Like, no question. Like, I ain't gonna question him. Like, whatever he about to send me. He like, yo, I just sent you the script. Look it over. You gonna play, what we was talking about last night. I said, what? I went in there and read it. I said, yo, what you said, you wrote right in here, and you fit it right in here. Because whenever I get a script, I'm reading that shit all the way through like a book. So I get a feel of everything. I'm like, I called him back like, yo, how you just put that in there like that? He like, bro, I told you when I was talking to you on the phone, I had it. I'm like, but you actually did it. I heard what you said you can do, but you did it in a matter of a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
I'm like, God damn.
Get right to
this
it,
boy
man.
is a motherfucking genius.
And that's what led me into writing books. You feel me? Like, see how it's catapulting the rap?
Yeah.
Me into writing films with Sal. I'm being inspired by Sal. And the script, because actually Hoos was the first person when I let read Riders 1, the movie. He read it and was like, yo, cuz, this shit needs to be a book. Like, fuck that movie. He was like, this is a book right now. And I'm like, no, we're going to do the film. So the second time I let him read the script, he's like, yo, the book again. Like, so when we did it, I'm like, nah. And then a few other people told me too after that, like, yo, you might write a book. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it. That's it. I if I hear something too many times, I'm going to try it. All right. Now I'm about to get my author on. You feel me? So I just about got my book done. You feel me? Blessings of my curse. You feel me?
Okay.
So
be looking out for that.
It's called Successful Regrets, The Blessings of My Curse. That's the Blessings of My Curse is the subtitles. Successful Regrets is the actual title. But it's a fictional book, and it's based on some characters. Now what's gonna end up happening with that book is it's gonna end up being turned into a film because the storyline is so ill with this. Right. And I know I got my audience I'm targeting for it. I ain't gonna speak about it yet. So
y'all be looking out for that.
Just keep y'all heads out for Successful Regrets. It will be my first book, and it's why I haven't been rapping for you niggas.
And Ryder sold out theaters too, man.
Yes.
Let's not.
Thank you for everybody that supported that.
Both times, 1 and 2, and you can find one on YouTube right now.
Right now,
movie, man.
Ryder's the movie on YouTube right now.
Spelled with a Y, not an I, and spelled with a Z, not an S.
Yes, sir.
And also, give a shout out to all the actors because the actors are phenomenal.
Please, thank you.
You got somebody like Wadia. If you're acting with Wadia gonna make you act harder.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got lines with her,
I seen her in action.
Wadia goes off.
Serious.
Shout out to my girl Wadia. Shout out to Robin. Robin came through, of course. Shout out to y'all, brother.
Definitely.
You feel me?
Everybody.
I had a ball. I had a ball, bro.
Joseph came through.
Joseph
came through.
Yo, do that.
Phi Beta Sigma, my boy Joseph. You know what I'm saying?
That shit is different, yo. Like to really be in the movie theater and had like my cousin came through and he was sitting there and he told me, he was like, hey yo, he said I had my popcorn and I really couldn't believe that I was sitting there watching my little cousin in the movie.
That's what it's
bro.
about, bro. Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Our family was there.
That's
grandmothers, my sons, our kids, our
mother,
friends.
my father.
Oh, like that shit
It's
different,
about.
man.
That's
That's special, bro.
You know I had to bring my kids out. Look, this is what I was leaving out for. Let me show you all.
Glad we can
sit down.
We can be a
And
part of that.
And at those premieres, we end up linking with valuable people like Big Fella and all of that.
Like,
Like,
Big
that, like,
Fella,
bro,
yo.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Shout
So,
out to Pop.
Yeah,
shit's fire, man. Fire.
And that's the beauty of it, because even like when you're doing these independent films, right? A lot of people are trying to get into acting. Some people just want to be a part of the project, right?
Right.
But the people that's really trying to act, they could utilize that as their resume.
For sure.
Because I remember when I went to do Law and Order one time, there was a snowstorm. I caught a bus up there. You feel me? And I got up there and I was ripping that shit, right? And it was like, yo, hold on, wait, you gotta do another one. You know how they call the next manager, you do it again, with this person. And they got to the last guy, like he comes back from lunch. We just need him to see you. I did him. And then it was like, what headshot you got? What resume you got? And at the time I had nothing. I didn't even know what a headshot was. I saw the fucking article, in the newspaper. Like it wasn't like no posted online. It was just in one of them newspapers.
Right.
There's a little actor section that said casting calls here. And I cut the shit out, called the number, and it was like, yeah, we're going to put you an appointment for that day. And it happened to be a snowstorm, and I went up there. But long story short is the fact that this kid that was going, he was all right. He was pretty good too. They chose him because he had the headshots, the resume of, he did like, I think, 2 not Instagram, but YouTube infomercials. They know people do like little commercials on YouTube. He did 2 of those and then the headshots. And they chose him over it. And then I was seeing him like the next 4 months on Law and Order. And I'm like, that was supposed to be me. But I wasn't prepared. But I didn't know. So I give people that opportunity now. Like, hey, man, if you're really trying to do it, you got to have something under your belt.
So actors and actresses and riders, y'all need some reels.
Yeah.
Hold up. But
this is your chance to get something under your belt.
You got people out there that's eager to be in a film, get in a film. Tell them on your angle, on the difficulties of making a film, like people supposed to commit to a role, especially if it's a major role you trying to shoot, because it costs every day to bring the cameras out, to feed people, and then people, oh, I got this to do, I got this. So about that.
That's very real.
Well, listen, speaking of that, what's what girl name? Curves. Shout out to Curves. She plays the Shonda in Riders 1. Speaking of that, the main girl or actress that's supposed to play the role in Riders 1, Shonda, backed out on us like maybe
a week
before filming. So Curves got the role a week prior, like
that plays that lead role. She got it a week and had a week to adjust
to be the lead person in that movie. You know what I'm saying? So that's what said things like that happen, like on the fly. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Curves. We always appreciate her for doing that.
For this one. And it's things like that. And it can be very challenging because a lot of this stuff, it's like people got lives too. So if something come up and they might can't film, but you already got a schedule. Now it's like, how you gonna move around it? So you gotta be ready to think right off the box. Like,
improvise, things change.
And you ain't got these big budgets, these Hollywood budgets yet. I mean, at least we ain't get to that point yet. And it's like, we're doing a lot of guerrilla shooting. So we scouting locations. You feel me? Like, hey, if it's a store scene, we go into that store. Hey man, how you feel about us? Filming in here. It's a barbershop. It's wherever it's at. We asking and getting that permission before we just popping up there.
Right.
And so that they be notified. Then a lot of the street scenes, you guerrilla shooting it. Like, yo, we shooting that shit.
Right.
You feel me? And we just getting it done. But a lot of things change, and you got to be mindful of that. You could be riding around for hours just looking for a location that fit the stuff that you see in your mind. You're looking at colors, abstracts, different things, certain things. Like if you need something to look like a train track, you got to go find these places.
Right.
You feel me? And you got to make it available where your cast can make it there. You can't have something that's 10 hours away. You feel me? Like how your cast, you expect them to be there on time.
Right.
Unless you like Big Bro.
Yeah.
You just take the cast with you.
Like yeah, sure.
Big Bro shot polyamoros in Miami. They just all went to Miami, man. Like,
Everybody to Miami.
That's what everybody was gonna fly out.
That's one of my favorite little videos right there.
Polyamorous.
I ain't got that type of money. I'm not there yet.
So be mindful, because you get a lot of people that say, yo, I want to be in the next film. And look
at the work, man.
You commit to that. Just know that they paying these cameramen to come out.
Yes.
These cameramen, if they got them for 4 hours, you want to get an hour shot, they still got paid for 4 hours. Or you ain't show up. Now they got to pivot and try to figure out, I got to shoot this scene then because he can't make it last minute. So if you locking in and like, I want to be in this film, and they, okay, we're going to give you this role here. Make yourself available, or, at least tell them what dates that you're available. You know what I mean? Ahead of time. Look, I want to do this. I'm able to shoot on Sundays if that's possible.
Well, let's work.
Let's work. And also, when we doing these casting calls, really come out, because sometimes I'll be hearing that later, like, yo, you ain't letting me know. I'm like, you saw the casting call, right?
Right.
Yeah, but that deals, I forgot about it. Oh, so you really didn't want to, don't hit me with the later, like.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably the same one, them last minute ticket buyers and shit. They want to call you when you at the theater. Hey, yo, bro, I need a ticket.
I'm all right with them too.
I've been pumping these all week, all month.
I'm all right with them too. You go get them last minute.
Look, we've been pumping them all month. Now you want to call me the day of, bro, I need a ticket.
Like, I just look at it like this, man. Support your people. Like, if you got somebody that's doing something independent, that's positive, man, support them. Because it's time. What's so weird, right? Is people have a problem buying a ticket in advance, right? But let's say a blockbuster hit is coming out and they be like, this is gonna end up being sold out. They will buy that ticket in advance.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? They would like say, let's say Thor or whatever, Avatar, one of these movies, right? Any Marvel movie or whatever, and they said this is gonna be sold out. Let's say Black Panther, when it dropped, everybody knew that was gonna be sold out, right? So it was like, oh no, we want to go. We need to hurry up and get our tickets so it's secure, right? Say the girl gonna be on, get your ticket. Because you said we're going out on the date to watch, get your ticket, right? When it's something independent, people tend to be like, I'm gonna wait, see what's up. I'm gonna go, and then you got some people that just want to go for free. And I'll be like, yo, support your people.
And salute to the ones that buy the ticket and say, I can't make it, but I'm still
gonna buy this ticket.
Definitely.
That's fine. That's dope.
You know how many co-workers I had bought tickets and they couldn't make it for whatever reason.
I had co-worker buy tickets twice for both, for the first premiere and the second premiere, and she made it to none. But she brought for both.
Shout out to y'all,
man. That's fine. That's dope.
And that's that true support. Like,
shout out to y'all.
That you really need, because you spend a lot of money. Like, like ain't nobody out in the streets. Like this money we spending to create this is coming out of a check. Which means it's coming out of some household budget money that you got for the year. You feel me? When you really look at it. So when people look at it like, oh, y'all doing this, doing that, you ain't even looking at the grind. That we ain't doing nothing negative. Nobody out there hustling no more. Nobody doing none of that street stuff. So this is literally like, I'm getting paid this. I got to put something aside for the film. Put something aside for props. Put something aside for lunches for the actors. These things cost money. We ain't got them budgets yet. So you got to, that's why I say, like, support your people. Like, come there and be like, you know what, dang. Like, one person I really respect too, like, even with Riders too, right? My man Mumu, my man Shamir, came through and was like, yo, bro, man, my man Wak was both there. My man that came through, my man Shamir. He's like, yo, we like, look, man, well, go ahead and just, he's like, nah, man, I got to make sure I support. Like, he wouldn't take, because I think we had, like, no change. He's like, nah, making sure I support. Like, nah, man, y'all niggas doing this shit. Y'all the only ones really doing this shit like this. Nah, this is some positive shit, man. I'm making sure I support. That's I look at that as real shit. Like, That's real love right there. You feel me? So shout out to Moore.
Hey, yo, so y'all know, Project Vision. We put that fly shit on the jump in front of the camera.
Absolutely.
You feel me? You know what I mean? That's the slogan and all that. Now, speaking of that, wow.
Yes.
Back when we was in school, yo, sneakers, sneaker game was crazy. But Wok was the first person in Broadway, we talking elementary school, that all his fresh shit never had a crease in it. And
Hey,
wonder why
yeah,
and how. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey bro, how did you... And then now you went to bringing sneakers back, man.
Yeah, we the captain.
Now you went to bringing sneakers back, bro.
Absolutely.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, that's it.
It all makes sense now, bro. It all makes sense now. So what, I mean, what should I ask you? What made you? I mean, you always kept your shit up the bar, so
with the sneaker thing, back in the day, we used to do that. Like, it was a thing, like, to get the creases in front of your sneakers. You was trying your best not to do that. And I didn't want to be like one of the weirdos that be walking funny, like trying not to like crease my sneakers. So I used to just take my socks. And back in the day, we used to do the fold down anyway to make the sock look like an ankle sock. But I used to fold it the other way.
And we never knew that.
Hey,
yo, he just dropped the jewel on us. And we never knew that.
So the crease don't be all crazy in the front.
Fire.
But yeah, Captain Save a Shoe though, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we bring it back.
So what was the first shoe you did? Like what like,
all right,
you know what I'm saying? What was the first shoe you
originally
pulled up on?
So originally I started I used to do customization. Like, meaning I used to like try to change sneakers into different colors or whatever.
I made my first giant sneakers.
And I made his first giant sneakers or whatever. And that motivated me, like, damn, this shit's all right. It came out, 5 people was asking about them. So I got into that. The process though of doing customization, you gotta clean the sneaker first. Because you can't paint on it. If it ain't, if it's dirty. However, I had got some sneakers done for my son. Actually it's for my man Macho. Mach, I know Mach, Angel, I don't know his Instagram or whatever, but Mach. And my man was doing them, this kid at my job. Shout out to Mr. Yanson or whatever. He was doing the sneakers though. And as he was doing the sneakers, it was taking a while or whatever the case may be, but sometimes the projects take a little longer. So I wasn't tripping about that. But when he got back, I gave him the Macho and we were looking at it and I was like, dang, I felt like we could have did a little better. Macho was like, yeah, he could have did this, he could have did that, whatever. So I sent the sneakers back, he did it, it came out good. However, I'm talking to Macho like, I think I could have did that though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I think I could have did it. So he's like, yo, just go back to your man. So I gave him sneakers, he finished them and he did a good job or whatever the case may be. But I took like one of my own pair and I brought some solution and different stuff, start playing with different soaps and different chemicals and stuff, cleaning agents rather. I wouldn't even say chemicals. And I did a couple of my pair and I'm like, dang, these just came out really good. And then I went back to Macho. It was like, bro, because he kept telling me like, well, let me know when you're ready, man. Macho, I say he is. Like, let me know when you're ready. And one day I called him like, I think I'm ready. He's like, you sure? He gave me like 2 or 3 pair. And I took them shit so serious. I went home and if I ain't gonna even say it, but the first pair Macho gave me, yo, if you go back on my Instagram, you can see it. They had shit on them. Like dogs, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, when I work, I got the gloves on anyway, but they literally had dog look, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but I was so into getting them right, like, no, I got this. And I did it, and that's what Birth did, though. From that point on, it was like, yo, I'm the captain Save a Shoe.
Word, and you really out there bringing
shoes.
You
make it always look good, but I make it do what it do.
Listen, save money, stop saving these hoes, and go to Mr. Captain Save a Shoe and save them motherfucking shoes.
Yeah, go bring them up, man.
Speaking of the captain, we got a pair, and we're gonna show right here for the show, a special Bartawk edition. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring a pair back, and we're gonna give them the gutter. Gutter gonna get it, be able to bring it. Hopefully, you can show the befores and afters and all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Have something here for the show too. You know what I mean?
That's
dope. Us on, on Instagram, Captain Save a Shoe.
Yeah, please look it up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to my boy Lava. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to Lava, yo, 10 straight up.
10 building.
Hey, yo, man.
He'll probably be on me right now, like, yo, bro, keep me low. But shout out to my brother Lava, man.
Bunch of talent, yo. Y'all got a talented family, man.
Thank
y'all
you.
Definitely put on for the town. You got the captain, Mr. Captain Save a Shoe. You
yes,
got
sir.
with the
Yes,
movies
sir.
and writing books, music. You got Sal.
Yes,
doing
sir.
the same out
Big
here
bruh.
breaking grounds.
Like
You
it's
got
no
Dre.
limit-
Let's
no
not
limit to what they
forget
do.
about
Cinco.
Dre. Let's not forget about Dre. He
Cinco.
right
Cinco
too.
Dreezy. He on
Know
his
what I
way
mean?
up. He'll be up here.
Music
Yeah.
and he chef up. And I bought some Rasta pasta from my bro too. The shit was official.
Fire.
Like for
And then-
real.
My
And
bro
then,
run right up in Home Depot and jump in the tub and shoot a music video.
Yeah.
Word up.
You know
Word
my
up.
favorite
Yeah.
joints. That's one of my favorite
Word
joints
up,
right
man.
there.
Word up.
And then you
Dre
got-
is a wild boy, yo.
What?
Word up.
Dre
Yes,
is
he
a
is.
wild boy.
Cinco.
And I had the joy of working
I love
with
it.
him, and it was just like it just all clicked.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Dre nice.
And then you
nice.
got my oldest brother, Hawk, which is Dre
Hawk
father.
on
But
top.
he
Mhm.
does comedy. Like
Hawk
Dope.
on
he
top.
does comedy. He
He
does
does
comedy in
comedy,
Dubai now. He does it over like in the South area, like Texas and stuff like that.
That's dope.
So
Right.
he's been touring doing comedy.
Shout out to
as
the
well as
biggest
being-
bro.
That's the biggest bro.
Word.
That's what
So
we call him, the biggest bro.
Word. So give y'all handles, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all Instagrams and all that, man. So, you know.
Oh
people
yeah,
know
man.
that.
You know, up north. You know this is what it is. You know this nigga old. Look, he gotta look his own name
I was
up.
about to
Yo,
say, like,
that's
nah,
what I'm
I
doing.
sure
Hey, yo,
was-
yeah.
That's what I'm doing. You
Y'all
bad.
see the
did.
play?
Yo,
Y'all
son,
see the
They
play?
put him on blast, son, quick.
Nigga be bugging.
This what I'm doing, son. I promise
Hey,
you that's
yo.
what I'm
This
doing.
nigga gotta look his own shit up. Yo, what's
I saw he grabbed it quick, like, hold on.
Yo,
Yo, shit
son.
almost fell. He
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
like-
Word up. He caught the fumble and all that. Like,
That's a fact.
But
All right,
nah,
yo.
man.
it's all good, though. It's all good, though. It's all good, though. It's all good,
Why
though.
getting up there, huh?
Let me clear this up. Son. Let me clear it up. Hold up. So my Instagram is WalkFR. I know my Instagram, but I just started a brand new page for the captain. You know what I'm saying? That me and Shaw working on, and I want to make sure I give you the right page. All right, and I don't know about it yet. So CPT.
Y'all see this shit? Yo, look at this shit here. Look at this shit.
Look at this shit. Yo, Captain Save a Shoe though. CPT Save a Shoe. All right, that's the Instagram. CPT Save a Shoe. If you think I'm bullshit, look.
Go lock in,
All right,
go follow.
lock in.
Word
Go
up.
get
Follow
those
us, you know what I'm
shoes
saying?
cleaned up so you can step out.
Yeah,
And it's a
drop
quick
the
word
turnaround,
up.
man. It's a very quick turnaround. You get your shoes right back to you. They
Don't
brought back
spend
to
money
life.
on buying
And my
another
bro is
shoe, man.
professional. He handle your
Yeah,
shit
come
with
get him,
care.
man. Get him right. Get him
And if
right.
you do buy another shoe, let it be added to the collection. Don't be like, I gotta replace some shit I had to throw away.
Word up.
Nah, get them
I'm
joints
saying
back
you could,
restored.
what about the soles when they talking a little bit? You can put those
Oh, we
back
did that
together
right
too.
too. We
Yeah.
did that right too.
I got a pair of Jordans I had back from 9-6, and you know,
They call OGs at this point.
oh yeah, you can take those
CD.
with you then.
Wow.
They-
CD.
You make
I'm
some
about to
bar, you make some Bartawk sneakers. Design some,
I will.
custom-
I will
Word.
customize some
You know
Bartawk
what?
joints.
Word.
You know
Whoa,
what?
whoa, okay.
I gotta
No,
go in the room.
okay.
I gotta go in the room. Get
Okay.
the pair out.
Word
Okay.
up.
And after
Word
my
up.
book is done, I got another venture, but I'm not gonna really bring it too much. But it's gonna be some nice gifts for people. And Bartawk will probably be one of my first stops as a souvenir to promote it.
Oh, that's dope, man.
So,
Appreciate
send
it.
it.
Word.
Appreciate
I
it.
mean, we busting that Yui.
Yeah.
Word up.
Spinning the
Word
block
up.
back.
Spinning the block, how they
Mhm.
said.
Word up,
Spinning
man.
the block,
It's
son.
a north side thing.
Word up.
Spinning
It's
the
home,
block,
man. This is
son.
home for
man.
y'all, man.
It's a lot of
It's home for
talent
y'all.
over there, man.
You
For
know
real.
what I
So
mean?
what we doing though? What we doing? We barring it up?
Time to put the cape on?
Huh? We barring it up on Bartawk? What we
Hey,
doing?
listen.
Huh? What we doing?
Hey,
talking
we ain't
about?
talking about nothing,
What
man.
you talking about?
Huh?
man?
Huh?
Put the cape on, what?
Bartawk. Bartawk.
Y'all know what we about to get into.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, shit. Y'all know what we about to get into.
Ready?
Huh?
You see how that boy morphed into entertainment?
Huh?
I'm not a rapper.
Oh,
Huh?
man.
I'm just
Help
about
me,
this shit.
y'all. Bartawk.